Today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you where all of my money actually comes from, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised I don't make that much. And I'm going through what I call an opportunity crisis, and I want to show you my own personal plans. I think this is going to be a really interesting video, so I hope you guys stick around and let's get right into it. Welcome back to my passive income investors. This is going to be an awesome video, so consider slapping a like because I'm going to do something most people don't, but I realize that the more I open up to you guys, the better my life has actually become. So I want to kind of share as much as I can with you guys and give you an in-depth look on millennial money, well, my own millennial money, because I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised to find out I really don't make that much money. And this is a little convoluted too, so I'm going to explain and break this down for you, the amount of hours it takes, what exactly I'm doing, and where I plan on going. All for my financial independence, retire early journey. So consider slapping a like if you are on the same journey I am, guys. So let's get right into this, starting with the top income here. They're not really in order in any way, but these are the numbers. I'll show you the other whiteboard that I have to show you. These are the exact numbers that I write down month to month on exactly how much I make averaged out per month. So I just basically added it up for the whole year and then divided it out between the last 7 months. And we can see off DJing requires the most amount of hours. For me to be a DJ, I do a lot of weird jobs. You're gonna learn this right now if you're new to this channel, guys. I'm a full-time magician, part-time DJ. I do stock, I do a lot of weird stuff. So let's just bear with that. I don't do normal jobs. But with DJing, the income's a little higher, but the problem is the work's just not consistent, and it's something that one of my friends runs, and I've just been helping him out recently. And the income currently averages out to $331 a month. Remember, this is before taxes and expenses. And then on top of that, guys, the bread and butter of my life, my dream, the things I love doing is magic, and I make about $2,201 a month before any of the expenses and taxes. Now, before I get into the next incomes here, these are working incomes, but the reality behind these working incomes is they don't require a lot of work at all. For me to achieve this, guys, I literally work 1 or 2 days a week. Because it's such a high value, because the value on it is a rarity, I can charge almost $50 to $75 an hour, and I can literally work a few hours a day, twice a week, and produce this kind of an income. The problem with DJing is that I'm finding the income isn't worth the time because I'm stuck up till like 2 or 3 in the morning working horrible shifts, and then you're spending days recovering. Like, I had to work late last night, guys, and I feel tired, and I feel like it affects what I'm doing, and I don't want something that produces this much income to have this big of an effect on my life. So I'm going to mitigate that out. I'm actually quitting in 2 months. I'm literally just severing myself off from that company altogether because it's just become too much of a headache for me. It is something that I've done for a long time, and I'm just super tired of it. So we're gonna cut this income out in the next 2 months, but I will keep you guys updated on exactly how much I make off DJing because we're getting back into busy season. So these next 2 months are gonna be hell for my life. But the magic income, like I said, is the best income, guys. I barely have to put any real time into it because I've spent years practicing. All I do is shows. I feel like I'm very good at it, and I get paid what I feel I am worth for what I'm doing. So I'm going to continue to focus on that and growing that. And the fun thing about this is I can take this job anywhere. I can go to the States, I can busk on the streets. Like, I love it so much that like my job is so malleable to just about any situation where there's people and entertainment. So I'm going to leave this to being one of my, so this income is part of my soul. I think I'll be doing it forever. It's not something that's going to change, I think, too much up in the future. It just might be location-wise. Now, my favorite income, or one of my favorite incomes, bar none, guys, is the passive income. That is what this channel is about. And I only make about $424 off stocks, but that is kind of convoluted. And the reason that's convoluted is I'm kind of lying because, like I said, my track record has outperformed the S&P 500. If I added up the equity I've actually made and divided it out, I think I'm making somewhere closer to $1,000 to $1,500 a month. That's probably not going to continue because I don't own the crazy high growth stocks that I used to own. I don't take as much risk as I used to take. But the fact of the matter is, if I actually took the dividends plus the equity growth, you'd probably be looking for somewhere between $1,000 to $1,500 a month. So that is a drastically big number, but because I am a stubborn person, I only look at the basic numbers. I don't want to speculate because there's a good chance the markets could turn around. My portfolio could drop by 20% and then the whole thing changes, right? You never really know. So I only want to focus on the income I know I'm going to make with certainty, right? Because you can mitigate the stocks that you own, the chances of all your stocks going bankrupt overnight, not being able to pay your dividend, is very unlikely. So just focusing on the dividend, I will make $424 a month, dead even as it stands right now, which is a heck of a lot more than my DJing income. And you got to remember, this is 100% passive. I don't really pay taxes on this. I collect it anywhere in the world, and I want this to complement my magic income a little better, okay? So these are the two incomes I'm trying to focus the most on right now. But before I get too much into what I'm actually focusing on, let's just get through this first. Other income, guys, consist of anything from like credit card payments. And what I mean credit cards pay you, right? Just the interest back. So maybe I sell something on eBay, maybe I do some little side hustle thing for a week. I don't know. You never know what comes up. Sometimes I just end up flipping and doing weird things. And throughout the year, that actually affects my income. And I noticed it averages, and this is just an estimate, between right now, I added up for this year is about $71. But when I look at all the other little things, it's probably closer to about $100 a month on average, bringing my total income to $3,056 a month. And I don't make a lot of money. And you guys are probably sitting there like, how do you make that? How do you have as much money as you do in the bank, but you don't make nearly as much money as it looks like? Well, I'm a minimalist. I'm a millennial minimalist, guys. I live at home with my parents, and I'm cheaper than dirt, and I really want to start getting my life together. So what I'm going to do is to bring my income up. I'm just going to completely cut off everything in the next 2 months. I'm quitting DJing in 2 months. I'm cutting off everything that takes my energy and my time, but doesn't give me what I'm going to call my passive income. I have come into what I'm going to call an opportunity crisis, where I have more opportunity at my feet now than I have ever had, and I'm having a tough time deciding what directions I want to go in. And I think I'm going to take the rest of the year after the next 2 months. I'm just, for October, November, December, I'm just going to focus strictly on doing magic because it doesn't kill me and I enjoy it. I find it relaxing, stress relieving. I just love entertaining and making people happy. But I want to focus on this passive income because my goal is I want to get out of Canada. I want to start traveling. I'm going to be in the US, like I said, for Stocktoberfest, but I really want to get down to the US, and I don't want to be around here too often for January and February. So this might be one of the last winters I stick around Canada, but I really want to start getting out of here. So what I'm going to do is start focusing on passive income sources. And I might be doing that through an Airbnb with real estate. I might be doing that with an online business. But what I'm going to do for sure, because I've talked about online businesses here a lot, and I want to purchase one, but I'm being very, very hesitant and just really pacing this out slowly. But what I've realized is I don't want to rush anything, and because I'm going through so much stress with all the stuff that I'm working on in the next 2 months, I'm going to put that aside just for the moment, just so I don't make any stupid decisions. And then, like I said, because I have some side projects that I mentioned in the past video, where I'm not going to tell you about one of the websites I'm making, but one of them is going to be this YouTube channel, and I want to focus a lot heavier on this YouTube channel, and I want to start designing and making some websites over the next 4 months in the finance niche, and along with in some other niches I'm not going to discuss because nobody really owns them right now, and I want to see if I can just rank, and I'll reveal it to you guys. It's nothing crazy, obviously. It's something that I feel it suits me better than anything else, and I really want to put the time aside to make it, see if I can make it work with Google AdSense. And what I'm going to start doing, guys, is getting my passive income up. I want to get my passive income up to the point where, like I said, I'm making between $1,000 and $2,000 a month. That is the net goal, because then what I can do is, it doesn't matter where I am in the world, I have an income coming in, and then on top of that, literally anywhere in the world I can work and perform. I just need to have the opportunity to network, and I need to, and it's a little scary because obviously you don't know how much money I can make, especially if I start relocating. It could be very risky because I'm not sure what I'm going to make, right? So I'm putting myself into a situation where I need to make sure I have somewhat of a reliable income. So what I want to have that come off of is literally only passive income sources. Airbnb, online businesses. That's all I want to focus on. Real estate, because I might buy a house, guys. The government's going to pay for you to buy homes in Canada coming September. They're literally going to pay a good majority of the down payment, interest-free for 25 years, which is absolutely incredible. But the reason I want to start focusing on this, guys, is to really hold myself true to you. You guys have taken me down this path, and if it wasn't for YouTube and this community, I don't know what I would be doing. I would probably just keep doing what I'm doing now, and I don't know, it doesn't seem fulfilling in life. But you guys have taken me down a path that I think is absolutely incredible. I think it's going to change the way I live, and it's going to change my outlook on life and the way I manage my time and deal with people. And I just want to say thank you for that, guys. So what I'm going to start doing is over the next year and a half, just planning out my course, and then getting into my parents' house. And I might start Airbnb in the city a little bit. Personally, I'll just go rent an Airbnb. I don't want to get an apartment because it's a lease for like a year, right? So why not just Airbnb a month or two at a time down in the city or something like that, and then I can start Airbnb maybe in Florida or Vegas or wherever, right? Just wherever there's a lot of people, a lot of tourism, and a place where I can actually just express my art. I love the idea of that. That idea makes me feel very good inside, so that's what I'm going to work toward. And I'm going to start working toward time with people as well, because right now I've been killing myself for this income, and it's been really affecting the time that I spend with people, especially DJing. It takes away my weekends. It has for a long time, And I'd rather be spending weekends doing this, entertaining people and spending time with my friends and family than staying up till 3 in the morning entertaining a bunch of drunk people that have no respect for me. I think that would be a lot more fulfilling personally. So I hope you guys are going to stick around for this journey. It's going to be something fascinating. I'm very much looking forward to seeing where I end up with all of this because, like I said, so my basic plan. So in simple terms, guys, in 2 months, in 2 months, this income is wiped out. Whoosh, gone forever. I never have to waste my time dealing with drunks till 2 in the morning again, thank God. Then what I'm going to start doing is focusing heavier on the magic, making sure I'm still out there hustling, living the dream that way, guys. And then stocks is something that I'm still managing around a lot. I'm going to be getting my stock income up by moving some things around. I'm not going to jump into the online business just yet, though I've mentioned it a lot. But because I've been rushing so much of my life right now, I'm just going to take a step back, take a big breather, and I'm going to take some courses on online businesses, and I'm going to show you the courses that I'm taking, and I'm just going to, like I said, try and build 2 or 3 just into the end of this year before I look into buying one. I just don't want to rush anything right now, guys, and I actually have a good system set up for buying one. I actually have a manager set up that will manage an online business for me. I just have to grow a pair and actually purchase one, but that comes with its own, obviously, subset of risks that you have to understand what you're doing, and because I'm so stretched and I don't want to pull money out of my tax-free savings accounts or my RSP, I would really be pushing my limits and taking out a lot more leverage than I might be comfortable with to buy a decent business, because you really want 50 or 60,000 US dollars. So my 2020 focus, guys, after the next few months is going to be Airbnb and online. I'm going to start looking into real estate, and I'm going to start looking, well, real estate for Airbnb or rental units, because I need to start making passive income through real estate. It's not the best thing compared to online businesses, but these are going to be my 2 main focuses. I'm going to be working on online businesses, Airbnb, and obviously magic and whatever stock income comes in. But those are going to be some of my main focuses coming up toward the end of this year, guys, because I want to be able to work anywhere in the world. I have an option right now where I'm going to be doing an interview with some cruise line CEOs, which is going to be very interesting. I just met a gentleman that says he's got a hookup and he wants to introduce me to some of these CEOs to see if I can't do my shows or entertain on these boats. But if I'm going to be entertaining on a boat, I'm going to damn well need a good Wi-Fi connection so I can keep up with you guys, because I don't want to leave you guys behind. So basically online, this YouTube channel, websites, and anything to do with real estate, though I might not purchase a piece of real estate in the next year, but the government's willing to pay for it if the numbers make sense and I can find the right location, get it managed, get it Airbnb'd. Why? I love the idea of just going out and trying to do Airbnb without owning the real estate and just managing it. But at the same time, could you imagine the rate of return if you just owned it and Airbnb'd it? It'd be amazing. You could probably start hitting 20 or 30% returns. So those are going to be the main focuses coming into the next year, guys. And I have a lot of other ideas too, but it all starts with these little bits of motion. And I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to look too far out until I get through these first few steps. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, slap a like and consider subscribing if any of this interests you. And I hope you stick around for my fire journey. Stay cool. Stay awesome. I look forward to chatting to you guys real soon.